The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
I just co-signed the will for Dave McClung, our boss.
Yeah.
And you're not in it now. Obviously,
Not
you're not
in
in it. None of us are. Ali was probably hoping that she was when
Yeah.
she came in,
Yeah.
but she doesn't get a Guernsey
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
But it is important to have it all set up, David, isn't it?
Yes.
And very important.
That's very retro and old school for your will to be signed by Nathan and Nat. That's probably you probably want to give the will away in the will now.
I've never been a part of someone's will. Nothing's ever come my way.
Oh, I had a great aunt who died, and when she had no kids, I was at uni, and so my dad's generation, who were her nieces and nephews, did pretty well out of it. Like, she was pretty rich. She lived in East Fremantle in that big house in the corner,
Yep.
And then all of my generation, there was like heaps and heaps of cousins and second cousins and stuff. We got $1,500 each. But at the time, that was I was at uni. That was like, oh my God, $1,500. Blew it so quickly. My other cousin put it away and invested
West Farmers
it.
shares or
pretty
something.
pretty much. And she did much better out of it than I did. But that's it. That's the only will I've ever been in.
I've never gotten anything from a will. Like, I think I got my, like an old, those old wooden clocks? It's not a grandfather one, but it's one that sits on the
Like
wall.
a mantle clock or
No,
a
like
wall clock.
clock. So it's sort of like the long sort of clocks.
Yeah.
And even
A
back
long
then.
clock? You got a long clock?
A long clock.
A long
You've
6
always
o'clock.
wanted one, Nathan. What are you talking about?
But that wasn't in the will. I just got given it.
Yeah, right.
Katie Lamb, I do remember I spoke to her about a will and my will, and she said that she wanted all of it because I told her how I'd have no one to give it to. But she said if I was to die now, she wanted my TV. And she wanted all my electrical goods.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff.
I don't think you can just specify the electrical goods.
Yeah, you can specify anything you want.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Well,
What?
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't do it.
Why? Who's getting a PlayStation?
It'll take you.
Who's getting a PlayStation?
It'll take you ages.
I didn't specify the PlayStation.
Oh, what PlayStation is it, by the way?
Yeah, it's a new one.
5. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I'm not in the. I haven't signed anything. Can I have that?
You need to add a little addendum, handwritten.
Yeah, yeah,
Sean's
yeah.
And also,
handwriting.
can Shaun have your gay swim club speedos?
One of my friends has told me that I
size are
can
you?
have all her art. She had specified in her will. They're not like Picasso's or anything.
Oh, okay.
She's got a nice collection of art, but it's not super expensive. But it's nice.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, okay, do I have to take all of it or can I pick and choose?
Yeah, you just
She's
say
like,
you
no,
take
it's
all of it.
Yeah,
Chuck the
yeah, yeah.
rest.
Get down to the Melville
Yeah.
markets on Sunday
Yeah,
and
that's right.
make some money.
Hey, we want to talk about wills right now because, this has just popped up, 13 24 10. Let us know if you've gotten anything really great in a will, but also if you have something specific that you were giving somebody that
Yes.
is unusual.
Yeah, unusual, yeah.
I'd love to hear
If you've
what
singled
that
out
is.
like a single item or
Yeah.
a single thing to
Yeah.
give to someone
Yeah.
for a
and
reason.
then if we like the sound of it, we'd like to put our hands up together. Because remember, if you like something of mine, I might put you in mine.
yeah,
and
that's
get to
true.
do it.
He's got a toaster that's never been out
If you
of the
want
box.
something from me, from my will, let me know as well, and then I'll consider it.
You've got many mops that haven't been used.
got
I
a
know
lot
that.
of unused mops, a lot of
Got
robots.
6 Harry Potter wands.
Will you give them to 6 different people or one person who's
Brand
really
new,
keen?
still in box, never done a spell. Low kilometres.
How do we know they work?
We're going to give somebody, and this isn't in a will,
Yeah.
this is someone who's going to get this, 3 sessions at Stadium Carts for you and a friend.
Oh, that's
We
it, so they
had the
don't
best day.
They don't have to wait for us to die to get this. No, they
very
can just
safe,
go. Oh,
very
that's great.
safe. Stadium Carts at Optus Stadium. It is so good. It's extending its season for the April school holidays. You've got to go down and try this.
You've
With
got
the
to.
best day. Book now at stadiumcarts.com.
Sam's giving us a call. G'day, Sam.
Morning, how are you guys?
Good.
Sam, thanks for calling through after we begged. So did you receive something in a will?
This is something I'm going to gift.
Okay.
So this is something that I'm going to gift to my daughter,
Yeah.
and I've got 2 teeth rings.
Teeth rings.
Yes.
So they've got actual teeth in them.
Yes, so my husband had a molar taken out
Yeah.
many, many years ago, and I found a jeweller in Melbourne that put it into a ring for me, and then my daughter had a wisdom tooth taken out,
Yes.
and I've had that put
Sam, that's
into a
not
ring
normal.
for me
Who
Who
too.
made that into a ring?
That is
a tooth.
disgusting. And also, Sam, how many times have you heard people go and tell you to brush your ring?
Sam, does your daughter want them? Like, as she said, Mum, when you die, can I have those rings?
Not necessarily,
No.
but they might be a nice surprise for her.
No, not a nice surprise.
Sam, is this a thing that people do? Or is it just,
I have heard of it
have you
before. Yeah.
Yes, it is very popular. Once you get online and start Googling a bit, you'll see that there's quite a lot of stuff that people make out of
rings.
teeth.
Oh, Sam, it seems very serial killery to me.
It does,
really
from the outside.
does. It's like, it's wearing a token of.
Oh, right.
of
Natalie
the
showed
person
me
that
a
you killed.
teeth
Can I have a
ring.
look? Oh, that is even worse than I thought. that is. Mate, so you have to make sure it's a tooth that doesn't have a filling, do you? Because a filling would actually match that.
Yeah,
a nice.
that's
I guess
right,
if
with
you
the-
did,
yeah.
gold
One of
and
those old
silver.
pewter or whatever it is
Yeah.
fillings. That is truly disgusting. Sam, do you wear that?
Yeah, I wear them every day.
Oh, that's
Oh,
you.
both of them.
Yeah.
So you
both
can
of them.
eat things with your hands.
Sam, do people when they shake your hand, do they recoil once they realise that they've been like shaken?
They do a little. I see
teeth?
people staring at the bank when I go to the cashier and all that sort of stuff, and they kind of like, ooh.
But from a
have that
distance,
look.
does it look like you've got, I don't know, a pearl there or something? Because it's...
Pearly
No,
whites.
they're
No.
really large.
Okay,
No,
good. They're really
no, it
large.
doesn't.
It's a wisdom
It's
tooth.
a
Yeah,
wisdom
okay, I
tooth.
get it.
Sam, that is
Good on you, Sam.
totally weird. Thank you for calling.
Thank you for calling, Sam.
And completely grossing us out.
Yeah, by the way, she doesn't want them.
Mick's in Forestfield. Morning, Mick.
Hey, how you going?
Hey,
Mick.
We're good.
Now, did you
Good,
are you
good.
leaving someone something, or are you did you receive something in a will?
No, I received a couple of pretty interesting things from my granddad, actually.
Yeah.
First one was it's a large pewter tankard, and in the bottom is actually glass. And the reason for that was whilst back in the 1800s or whatever, while they were drinking it, actually earlier than that, while they were drinking their ale, they could see someone coming to stab them or shoot them through the glass bottom
So
of
it was
the
a
tankard.
defense
Oh my
mechanism.
God, my granddad used to have one of those,
Yeah.
and I never knew why it had glass in the bottom.
And he
There
did
you
shoot all
go.
those invaders. So
Oh my God.
Exactly. And
But, yeah,
it
the
also
day he was
had,
drinking, he wasn't drinking out of it. He got stabbed,
What have they got?
and he died.
Someone gave him a plastic cup. He was outraged.
It's actually even got a dent on the side where they've been slamming it down on the bar.
wow.
It's dented on one side. I've never had it valued because it's too valuable to
Yeah.
me. But yeah, so
That's
that was
awesome.
one of them. The other thing is it's just a walking stick, which he had.
Yeah.
And he was partial to a snifter on occasion. And in the top of that walking stick, you unscrew the cap,
Yeah.
and out would come a small bottle that he put his favourite drink in.
So it's like
And-
a walking stick hip flask, essentially.
Yeah.
Pretty much a walking stick hip
That-
flask. You
you'll be able to
unscrewed the cap,
Sneak that in.
and out
places.
came a bottle, and you could drink while you were out and about.
That's a great idea, Optus.
I've seen those,
Yeah.
and also the ones that have got the sword on the other end. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
either you drink or you kill, or
Yes.
it'd be great
Well,
to
you
have
needed
both.
that.
Yes.
You needed that while you had your glass bottom tankard.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's,
that's
right.
right. So then the the walking stick knife person comes towards the person with the pewter glass bottom cup.
Exactly right.
Dangerous
Got it
time,
all
really,
covered.
wasn't it?
Hey, Mick, what are you going to do with your pewter cup?
Well, they're both in my bar. I have a
No, but
pretty
you're going to
full-on
leave it
bar
with
at
someone,
home.
surely.
Yeah, you got to pass it down.
Oh, absolutely. I'll leave it to my oldest son.
Yeah.
He makes his own beer, etc. So he's quite into his ales and beers. So it'll go to him, I would
And it's got a
imagine.
lot of enemies, so this is perfect.
Perfect. Love it. Love it. Good on you,
Good
Mick.
on you, Mick. Thank you. Ben's in Craigie. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, man.
Did you receive something in a will, or are you going to leave someone something?
I will be receiving something, and the other day I was just cooking up Russian pies with my mother, and we're making it in this big dish. And it's a big lasagna dish, so a big stainless steel
Yep.
one, enough to feed a big family.
Yeah.
And I looked at the dish, and I was sort of familiar with it. I said, Mum, isn't this from Grandma?
Yeah.
And she was like, yes, it is. I said, you're actually Granddad made that dish.
Oh.
And I went, my God, really? And she goes, yeah, and it is the best lasagna dish ever. And then we're cooking away, and then she says, oh, don't worry, Benji, I'll be leaving that to you.
Oh.
And I went, what, Mum, you don't have to do that. And, but yeah, I thought it was unusual, and,
Oh my
you know,
God!
put it
So
forward.
You're getting a
you
lasagna
are getting
dish.
a lasagna
The perfect
dish.
lasagna dish.
I'm all about that.
Yeah.
That's
I'm all
great.
about that because
Yeah.
I remember when my grandmother died. My nana died in Kalgoorlie. Everyone was
Yeah.
fighting over the manual meat grinder.
Yeah.
The one that
There
you
you
could
go.
clip
Yeah,
onto the side.
Because that's
you know?
how you get rid
Yeah.
of your enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually use one of those manual meat grinders too. They're good. That's what we make up our pies with. You put the meat mixture in and you mince it all through, And, it's quite a tradition. And it was just funny the other day. Mum was
So
like, yep.
funny.
Yeah, it's coming to you.
Ben, what exactly is Russian pie?
Yeah.
Russian pies is like Pruszki, so it's like you make up a dough, and then you make all your meat mixture up. Or you can do potato, meat, or cabbage.
Yeah.
And so it's like a little pasty, and then you put it in hot oil, and then the pastry all puffs up, and then all the meat inside obviously warms up as well. And they're like donuts, really. So you imagine Homer Simpson with his donuts.
Yeah.
That's how quick they
Meaty
go.
donuts.
Really?
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're really
we
nice.
wouldn't know because you've never brought them in.
Yeah.
No, I'll have to bring a batch in for you one day, and I'll tell you, it is the best. They're unbelievable.
Yeah,
Benny.
you will have to do
We'll
that.
hold you to that.
Hurry up.
Rightio, I will.
Good man. Thank you.
Ben, 3 sessions at Stadium Carts for you and a friend. Stadium Carts at Optus Stadium is extending its season for the April school holidays. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
It's bloody brilliant. Book now at stadiumcarts.com. Ben, get that into you.
You're going to love that, Ben.
Bloody great. Thank you very much, guys. You have a great morning.
Looking
we
forward to
will,
those
mate.
Russian pies,
Yeah,
let me
no,
tell you.
because now that's
That's a contract.
contract there, mate.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. It's coming back, everybody. Sunday, April 2nd at 7:30 on Channel 10. Of course, the hosts with absolutely the most, Julia Morris and Dr. Chris Brown, join us now. Julia, Chris, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you guys?
What a great team.
Look at you.
Lion
two.
sleeps tonight there in the background. I
Yes,
really
yes.
like that.
Back then, it's when music meant something, isn't it?
That was you on that was you on vocals, wasn't it, Nate?
Of course it is, mate. Are you kidding me? You've heard me. Voice of an angel, voice of a
absolutely.
generation, some people would
The
say.
falsetto.
Yeah,
Voice of a generation.
Hey.
Literally, no
Julia,
one's
well,
ever
he is a
said
Morris, Julia, so you know.
Fellow Morris, you
know what I'm saying?
cousin Jenny. Remember how good she was?
Yes. Listen, when we get together and we swing around those bladders while we're dancing,
Yes.
everybody knows it. Morris dancing's where it's at.
Morris dancing.
And I
Wasn't that
don't
a
think
day?
Jenny Morris got the recognition she deserved.
Yeah.
No, that's right.
Breaking the
I
weather.
couldn't agree more.
What an
Look,
anthem.
the clan, we get together every now and then, but my gosh, it's always explosive when we do.
I mean, speaking of explosive, there's a reason there's never been any brown dancing, isn't there?
Uh-oh.
There is. It's,
Yes.
it's just not suitable for any time.
Yeah. No, I've seen brown dancing. It's on Pornhub. It's very shocking.
It is legal in South Africa, which is why we have to take the show there.
Hey,
There has been, I have seen Dancing Vibes, and, I think Gloria Estefan said it right when she said the rhythm is going to get you.
Oh, yes.
so talking about
Yeah.
dancing and singing, like your promo, right? So when we have to
Yes.
shoot a commercial, right, which is once in a blue moon,
Yep.
and it's a 30-second commercial, that can take 2 or 3 hours. How long did that promo of you guys dancing around the
And being flight attendants.
flight attendant thing take?
I'd say 20 hours.
Oh, no way,
It's
Julia.
over 2 days.
Yeah.
It's over 2 days. About 16 hours of that 20 hours is auto-tune on my singing.
Beautiful.
And just stepping through the dance moves, because dancing isn't exactly my natural born talent. But we have a lot of fun with it. We actually look forward
Yeah.
to it.
And also, we're not selling it, we are not Taylor Swift, so we're just mucking around having fun. I don't know that we're that well known for our singing and dancing, so we just go and turn up and get involved. We're happy to have a job, to be honest.
Well,
We can't all be Jenny Morris, can we?
No.
We can't.
What we do know
Because
is
if you know...
you guys as a team is one of the greatest teams we've ever seen. There's no doubt about it. You've been doing this show for a long time. But Dr. Chris, is this your last one?
It is. Look, we've been talking amongst ourselves, and we just feel like it's for the best. It's the safest possible option.
Yeah.
As the
Yeah.
tension has risen gently
Yes.
throughout the 9 seasons, we can feel the inevitable coming. And before we consummate this incredible...
The audience is well aware that now, as a lady who no longer has a husband, I am unfortunately like a temptation island.
Yes, I get it, Julia.
It's just, I can't be placed next to that sort of temptation any longer.
The personal heat is,
I
he can stand the heat, but he has got out of the kitchen.
When you guys are over there, right, do you have a hookup for all your guts and your testicles and stuff? Is that a business, or do you just like walk around and find an animal
Do you
and
call
scoop,
testicles are up?
Grow it
scoop
ourselves.
it
That's
out?
a really good call.
It's like there aren't impalas walking around without their anuses. That's basically
Oh, where did I leave that?
or ostriches, for that matter. They do need them. So they are the bits that are left over when everyone else takes all the stuff for typically human consumption. So,
Right.
yeah, it's just the extra bit.
Yeah,
That's
but-
what-
I
but-
think there was
yeah,
a reason
someone.
I
that
know
they
that, but I'm
there's a
saying-
reason they got a vet on board. Is what I'm saying.
I know that, but I'm
Yeah,
saying who's your
Well, also,
hookup? Is it like
every,
a butcher's? What is it?
Well, we've got a production team that do live in the in where we shoot
Okay.
all year round.
Yeah,
part of the
right.
production team, and they're growing little bugs and they're doing all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, they just they grow them in a little laboratory. The more of the cockroaches and all that sort of
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
And then everything of an animal is used.
Well,
Oh,
no.
we
Yeah.
can
So
see
whether
that.
it's for the food to go in the food bag, whether it's the some of the whatever to make some of the props, nothing's wasted because there's no. You don't want to waste that stuff. It's too
It's
precious.
very green. It's a
that's
very
right.
green show.
Yeah, that's right.
There's definitely a show interest in the reproductive parts of the animals. There's no doubt about that. You look across the record of the number of testicles consumed, and
Yes.
and I think you call it gentlemen's
Gentlemen's items.
items.
yeah.
Gentlemen's items.
We've got
They're
it.
certainly not going away. So,
Yeah, it's we have the same rule on this panel.
Yeah.
With the
Nothing-
testicles.
Yes,
nothing else to
absolutely.
waste.
Well, you're not like Meghan Trainor. It's not all about that base. It's all about that bag.
Is it been better? It's been better with the switch of time because we were discussing off air before that normally the show kicks off in Australia, obviously early January,
Yes.
but changing to autumn.
Yeah, so not as hot.
Yeah, we don't know how it's going to be.
we haven't had a January in Australia for 9 years. Like
Yeah.
this year was the first one, so
Yeah.
that was kind of crazy. So we don't really know what to expect. It's going to be different animals. It's going to be different bugs, different critters that are hassling the celebrities, which is exciting. But it's it's going to be a little cooler, but potentially not as tricky. But you know,
Well, they might not be as listless. You know, they sort of the celebrities get
Yeah,
about
sure.
a week in and they're all lying on that bed and because it's so crazy hot. At 5 p.m. in the afternoon, it is not unusual for it to be 40 degrees.
Yes.
Wow.
No, I wouldn't do it.
So I think having with the cooler, I think people are going to be up off their beds,
Yes.
ready to entertain us. We're
For
both
sure.
very, very excited about this series unfolding.
Well, a bit of controversy though, Dr. Chris. We were reading that obviously there's a bit of network shifting in your career, and this could possibly be the last time you two host this show together. Any truth in that?
The storm off.
it is looking that way. It is looking that way, but what a way to go out.
Oh, yeah.
One final trip to Africa.
Blaze of glory.
All bets are off.
Yeah.
Just let it all hang
Finally
out.
sleep
you
with
let it all hang
Julia.
out?
Finally just do it. Like unbridled
I mean, I've been
love.
letting it all hang out for years, quite frankly, but no one wants to see it.
And finally, it's going to be the
Yeah,
opportunity.
Unresolved sexual
Finally a
tension.
start.
Yeah. Well, that's what we can look forward to.
Everything's on the table. Everything. Might be news to you, but yes, I
Oh,
think so.
my God, where's the table?
I don't know if I find it.
Wow,
Do you
Julia.
two need some time alone right now?
Yes. Falling in love again.
I love that, Julie, you said immediately yes, and Chris was very silent.
Yeah. He's not even in the same room. He's
No.
on another... No, he's not. We're side by side.
And he's
I'm gonna play it.
terrified.
I'm playing it coy. I'm just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hard
I'm
to
playing
get.
it carp.
Coy and carp. I got it, Jules. I'm a celebrity.
Thanks,
Get
babe.
me out of here. Premier Sunday, 8 till 2, 7:30 on Channel 10. Julia Morris, Dr. Chris Brown, thank you so much.
Love you guys.
Bye,
Take
guys.
care.
See ya.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
I've been caught in my own special version of hell.
What's
that is
going on?
trying to give something away
That's right.
on my local Buy Nothing page.
What have you been trying to give away?
So, a king-size bed.
So they've looked at the history and said, no way.
Yeah, once it's done a number of kilometres, you're like,
Yeah,
"Ah, this thing's
exactly.
gonna
in
work."
a pristine condition. So this is a bed I bought about 4 years ago, and like a beautiful. So it's a bed frame, not the mattress,
Yeah.
and it was. Wooden. It had brass kind of metal
Yep,
legs at
yep.
the bottom.
It's
Like
got those shackles at both the head and the foot of the bed.
That's why I got rid of it, Nathan. There was nothing to tie anyone to, so that was out. Got a new
okay.
one. Got a new bed. I'm happy with the new bed. Pulled the old bed apart and put it on my local Buy Nothing page. I'm like, King-size bed
Yeah,
frame.
amazing.
4 years old. There's a tiny little bit where the laminate's lifted, but you don't see that because it's covered by the doona.
So talk
Yep,
to me about
yep.
recommended retail when you originally poured it.
I think it was probably close to $1,000
And you're giving me away for free.
for free. For free.
I mean,
Can you
that's
tell
a
me, mate? I
bargain.
live around the corner.
And so I then, you need another bed. Have you broken yours already?
It's in pristine condition, unfortunately, at the same time now.
Sean's left hand is strong.
One lady driver.
Not wrong. Popeye forearms like you've never seen.
So then I put it on there and left it for a couple of days, and then I used a random number generator to pick. Because you can pick who gets it however you like.
Right.
On
Okay,
your
right.
local Buy Nothing
Yeah,
page. It's
yeah.
like if maybe they tell you a story that you really like, maybe you give it to the first person, or maybe you just use a random number generator.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Picked someone at random and said, here, it's yours if you still want it. And she waited nearly 2 days to get back to me, and then said, "Oh, circumstances have changed. I can't take it anymore."
Wonder what I would have liked to dive into that. What do you mean?
I
What?
know.
So what? You just
I don't
suddenly
need
got
king
beds,
bed.
or someone died that the bed was for?
Yeah.
So many questions.
So many questions.
Have
Couldn't
you looked
answer.
at your life and realised, a king size bed, so I'm shooting for the stars. All I need is a single.
That's
I
right.
hear you, sister.
So that one was out. And so then I picked the random number generator, picked somebody else, picked a guy. And so I said, "Hi, second time lucky. You've come off the reserve bench. If you would like this bed, it's all yours." And I said, "If you want the king-size bed, it's all yours." And he went, "Oh, yeah, that'd be great."
Yep.
And then I said, "Okay, when do you want to pick it up? Because I'll have to be there." Sometimes if you buy nothing things, you can leave it on the veranda.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was in the garage.
Yeah.
I had to be there. And so then I didn't hear from him for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And then I did say I'll be home most of Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And so Sunday morning, he writes back and said, "How does 11:30 sound to come and pick it up?"
Sounds great.
Perfect.
Perfect. That's good.
11:30 comes and goes.
Yeah.
And at 12:10,
Yes.
I message saying, "I'm sorry, I can't wait any longer. I have to go out."
Yeah.
The next day, he messages me and says, "Oh, I talked to the boss, presumably his wife, and she says we don't have room for it."
Oh,
And
so
I'm like,
this is a Brian.
What?
This is someone just is cruising cruising for freebies and getting excited.
Yes.
But like you do automatically know if you have room for a king size bed.
Yes.
What do you have to do to give this thing away?
What do you have to do to give away an almost new king-size bed? Great question, Sean. So then I go to the next person, and she'd written on, she said, "Please," with lots of E's in it.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so
She sounds a bit
She's
thirsty.
She's going to take it, 100%.
by round 3, Nathan, I wanted thirsty.
Okay.
I wanted the thirstiest
I was gonna
person
say,
to
puts
come
me
and
off when
get
people
this
want my
thing.
bed that bad.
So I message
You
her
don't know what that feeling's
first
like.
of all and say, "Are you sure that you want this king-size bed?" And she said, "Yes, please."
More please, the long please
no,
again.
just regular length,
Okay.
please. And then, so then I messaged her the address, and I said, the headboard's quite large, so, you know, you're going to need a big car or a ute or something like that. And she's like, "Oh, I don't really have one." And there's a
my
bit of toing and
God.
froing. And then she thought maybe she could get someone to help her on the weekend. I'm like, "That's fine. We'll organise a time." And then she messages me back the next day and says, I've measured my mattress and it's a queen size."
Oh my God.
Are you serious?
I'm dead.
You got
These
3
people
randomly generated.
are idiots.
I'm not
None of
picking
them
people
want-
at random. These are people who put their hand up and said that they wanted a king-size bed frame. It's that hard to give one away. Finally, round 4, I found this woman, and she, it took a couple of goes because she was trying to find the right size vehicle. Eventually, she came and got it on Saturday. She said she would be there at 11 o'clock. She got there at about 11:15. I was just that happy to see her.
Oh,
Can I
bet
just
you
say
were.
something? Can I just say something? So, okay, I have seen an ad for a new king-size bed, right?
Yeah.
I would have my ducks in order before speaking to you. So I shouldn't have to converse with you, Natalie, about, I don't know if I can get a car big enough and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, don't you...
I know.
If you are looking for that, don't you have... there should be no conversation between what I'm going to do to get it or who I should have checked to get it for. That should be ready. I'm putting my hand and saying, I am ready, prepared right now to come and get that.
And also, by this stage,
These people are idiots.
I know.
And if you're
all the
listening
time.
right now, you're an idiot. If you know you're one of these, you're an idiot.
I can give you their
3
name. No, I'm
idiots.
not gonna
3
give you their
idiots.
names.
The last one was okay, though, wasn't
Yeah, the
she?
last one. She was lovely, and her husband came, and he was happy because he thought he was going to have to pull it apart. But I'd already disassembled it. Like, it was ready to go.
What do you?
I'd even told them what equipment they needed. Phillips head screwdriver and a set of Allen keys. That's all you need.
Can I tell
What
you,
about-
I have
yeah,
got
what about
so
for
much
handcuffs?
stuff that I could sell, right?
Yes.
So much stuff.
And I
It's in my
wasn't even
store.
selling it.
It's in my storeroom.
Yes.
I've got a brand new AEG dishwasher that has
Yes.
never been used. I literally
Yeah.
unplugged it as soon as I moved in. But yet I will not go through that.
Yes.
I would rather let it
And
sit
I'm-
there until it become obsolete than to go through what you're going through.
And the whole idea of the Buy Nothing group is to, pass things on that might otherwise end up in landfill, or if you can't be bothered selling it because you don't want to go through the whole marketplace
Yeah.
or Gumtree experience. But
You couldn't get rid of them.
could not get rid of a almost brand new king-size bed.
Okay, did you try to get rid of something amazing, right? And like subjectively, this
Yeah.
is a good thing.
Maybe you were selling it, selling it real cheap on marketplace.
And you
or
know
whatever.
that this is something that people wanted, and you could not for the life of you give it away, or at least it took you several goes with
Couldn't
a bunch
offload
of
it.
idiots to get rid of it.
my bed's actually a queen size.
We're going to give somebody a couple of tickets to go and see Into the Woods with the WA
lovely.
Opera. That's that. It's like Red Riding Hood and
Yes,
all that
yes.
sort of stuff. Dark take on fairy tales.
Yeah.
Looks really good. Into the Woods opens at His Majesty's Theatre on March 23rd. Tickets at waopera.asn.au.
All right, how hard was it to offload something awesome?
Really good.
Are you a Buy Nothing or Gumtree or Marketplace victim?
Hi, Jan.
Hi, how are you?
Good,
Oh,
Jan.
good, Jan.
All right, what happened, Jan?
Okay, so I had these two bar stools, solid wood. They cost us $400 each. So I put them up on a free page.
Yeah.
Got no bites. So I put them on another selling page, and I thought I'll just put two for $20.
Yeah.
So I got this guy replied to me. He said, "Oh yeah, I'm interested. What's the size?" I said, "They're regular bar stools made of solid wood.
Yeah.
But can you send me the dimensions?" So I sent them the dimensions. So how old are they? So I told him how old they were. Then he came back he said, "So what date did you buy them on?"
Are you joking?
And I said, "Oh, look, I don't know." And he said to me, "Can you please send me a copy of the receipt that you paid for them?"
Oh, wait there. What? This is for free.
No,
you were
well,
giving this
two
away
for
free.
$20.
Okay,
Two for $20.
That's free.
Yeah.
That's free,
Yeah.
basically.
And I was like, come on, mate, this is about 8 messages later.
Yeah.
And this took over a period of days.
Yes.
And I looked and I thought, I'm not even going to respond to you.
Yeah.
So I was just so furious. I picked up the bar stools. I walked out to the front of my curb. I put them on there. I walked inside. I got a knock on the door. And this lady said, "Are you for real? You're going to give those away?"
Yeah.
I said, "Just take them. I don't want to see them again."
Yeah.
She says, "Oh, you've just made my Christmas." And she put them in her car and she left.
Happy
So-
Jan.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that guy, Jan, by the way, wanted to get all those details because he's trying to make money out of them. Like he was trying to get doing an appraisal over the phone.
You're paying $20 for them.
Yes.
You're going to make money anyway.
Yeah. And also, like,
And
I
you
mean,
could see the picture.
once you start, once I am wanting something that you were giving me for free, I don't know. I found it rude that he goes, "Can you give me the dimensions?
I know.
Can you do this? Can you do that?" No, what information I provided
Yes.
online is the information you're getting to make the decision. through that.
Dimensions make sense because if they're not tall enough or whatever for wherever you want to use them, that's okay. But anything else, that's just ridiculous.
It
What
is-
date did you buy them?
It is funny that people do that where they trying to give away something for free and then they put a price on it for $20 or $30 and then they can get rid of it. It's weird.
All right, thanks, Jan. Let's go
Jan.
to Janet and Kingsley. Hi, Janet.
Hello.
Hi, Janet.
Hi, Janet.
I feel your pain.
Oh, thank you, Janet.
What happened?
It's been a painful experience. What happened to you?
We renovated our house and we had a reasonably brand new oven that was only like 2 years old. But we were renovating, so I thought I'd put in all new appliances.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Tried to give away my AEG oven that's top of the range, absolutely sneaky clean. It took 5 people, and the last lady that came, she actually did too, actually turned up with her son, and she said, "Oh, no, I don't think it's right for me."
What?
We got out up to the driveway. All I heard was her son go, "Mum, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Go down and go get that oven. You will regret it. It is beautiful. You are an idiot." And she came down and knocked back on the door. She said, "Oh, do you think I could still have it?" And I'm going,
No.
"Oh, you for real?"
Are you joking? I would have said, no, get out of here.
What would have been just a normal oven, a really nice one?
An
What's the
AEG.
sticking point?
It's a good
Top of the
oven.
range AEG.
Yeah.
It was a pyrolytic clean.
Pyrolytic clean. I don't even have
It
pyrolytic
did
clean.
all of it. It did all of it.
So wait, then all the other people, all the other failed attempts to give it away. What happened there? Or were they just like no shows
Who
and
didn't?
stuff?
I just didn't. Two didn't show up. One guy just kept putting off when he could be there, and I'm going, sorry, look, if you can't get it tomorrow, I'll go to the next person. But it ended up being at number 5. Just people just don't turn up.
What are they putting their hand up for? Getting back to it, you said at the start.
And it's free.
Why are you
they're nominating
answering
themselves.
things? Like you initially, Nat, with that girl not getting back to you for 2 days, she's out.
I know.
Sorry, if you don't get back to me within a few hours, you're gone.
I
You're
agree.
gone in my eyes.
Thanks, Janet. Catherine, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Catherine.
Okay, Catherine, talk to me. What happened?
So I had a kid's tiny top plastic fridge on one of the pages on Facebook.
Yeah.
For $5 or $10. It had a cartoon milk sticker on the side. You could clearly see it was a kid's fake fridge.
Yes.
Anyway, these people said that they'll be there, and I went outside to wait, and I could hear this reverse beeping, and they had gone and hired a trailer, thinking it was a real fridge. Yeah.
Catherine.
So what happened next?
I copped a mouthful of abuse and then was told that I would have to pay for the trailer hire.
Oh, are you joking?
No. Yeah, so it was not the best experience, but it was quite funny. I was trying not to laugh at the time. But to me standing there with a 2-foot plastic fridge and then reversing up my driveway.
With a trailer.
Hey, Catherine, just quickly, what did you advertise? So you said it was a child's toy fridge, didn't you?
Yeah, it literally said kids play fridge, and it had cartoon stickers of milk and bread and stuff.
Like
in
fake
the actual
products.
ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty clear.
Fridge.
Kids play fridge says everything you need to know.
And those people demanding you don't
Pay for the trailer.
You just should just get the on your phone again and go, you let me know if I should be paying for your trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, I just said, sorry, mate, I'm not paying for it, and just walked inside.
Amazing.
Yeah, so
Thanks,
pretty
Catherine.
funny.
Great.
That's too funny. And to finish off, Janine, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi,
guys?
Janine.
What were you trying to offload?
Well, we being now my ex-husband and I bought a beautiful cream leather lounge suite, cost us about $5,000, and it had some cracks in it, so I just used to throw a scuff rug over it.
Of
And it still looked amazing.
Yeah. Bit of a sneaky
So
thing.
I went, no, it's now time to move on, so let's move on. So I phoned Good Sammy's, I phoned you name it, and even the women's shelters, and no, because it had a damage in it, no one would take it.
Okay.
So then eventually it cost me $250 to get it removed.
Oh, so you had
so
to
it went
pay
to the tip.
You pay to get it removed. Isn't that
I
weird,
had
eh?
to pay.
Can I just say something, right? Is it what is it? Back in the day, we would have taken a lounge off the side of the road that knowingly had rats in it. Right? That knowingly had a family of rats in it. Are people's quality of life or expectations so high nowadays that they won't take a leather couch with a cracked bottom?
The Good Sammy,
I know
those
them.
sorts of things, they have to be able to.
I know them, but I'm guessing that you would have tried to give it away to other people as well, wouldn't you, Janine?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, no one's taking it.
There's people saying that they're sleeping on the street or they haven't got money to do things. This was a really, really comfortable couch.
Yes.
It's just too big, and I needed to move on.
Yes.
And it was suitable. I just put a little throw rug over the top where your head goes, and it looked great. But no one wanted it. It's too damaged, and so I eventually found there's a company that takes things away, and I don't know what they do with it.
Yeah.
$250 later,
Hopefully
I
they
went.
I don't know. They used it in something other than chucking it out.
I think what they do, personally, I think they chop it up and remake it into a smaller couch,
right,
and get rid of the problem bit, and then sell it. So I'm sure they are making a profit on it.
And they charged you to take it
is.
away.
And they charged me to take it away. Yes,
That's amazing. You got to think back to when we all moved out of home. The furniture we chucked in we'd take anything.
Oh, yeah. The student housing that we had. But see,
milk crates.
But students still live at home now.
They
haven't moved out because they can't afford it.
Tickets to go and check out Into the Woods with the WA Opera is going to go to Catherine because she copped a mouthful of abuse when they turned up. Because they didn't read
the ad.
Yeah.
Not paying for the trailer. Thank you.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.